go. I think we're ready to go into the actual draft itself. We're starting off with a quick ban onto Ling. But as we know, ladies and gentlemen, here in the Battle of Heroes, the draft doesn't matter because they're going to pick whatever they want anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, talking about Ling. We haven't seen Ling since earlier today. So, no Ling again on this game 1 for our best of 5 match. Our respect on that. Louis, and we know Louis is actually one of the heroes that Team Singapore also put onto the table. Well, we did not see that today, but they've been putting out that hero sometimes during the quarterfinals and during the round stages. But yeah, this really fairly new hero will not be put into the table. Real respected, dealing good pokes, and of course the presence in the map. Somehow, not globally, but the distance that this hero can bring you into setting up team fights or ganks.
Yeah, and let's take a quick look, see what they decide to go with. It's going to be Jeff TV to pick up a hero first, and this is going to be hovering over that Uranus. Pretty much a safe pick, but I'll be honest, the Uranus hasn't seen much success today. And if I'm going to be honest, I just don't think that the Uranus is something that you ever want to first pick. It wasn't very successful today, and I've never seen it really be very successful in any tournament. So very questionable why they go for this, because there's so many other optional, available options that you can go for.
Your team is picking.
Though, yes, they want to match up that Uranus that you did not like as a first pick on the side of Team Singapore with an Esmeralda and an Atlas. And knowing Esmeralda, she can steal shields. And Uranus is the kind of hero that produces shields. So, I'm gonna be scary if I go 1v1 against the same lane against this Esmeralda if I'm the Uranus.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting combination as well. When you got that fatal link with Esmeralda, that initiation potential is just so strong. So right off the bat, this early on that we registered solo will want to be taking those fights here. On the other side, it looks like we're gonna be seeing, a little bit more of a split style. You got that show pick, and of course, resurgence of the favorite hero from the previous games.
Yeah, Yu Sunshin is here onto the hands of LY4 again with the retribution onto his hands. And of course, we registered solo picking up that Lancelot, which we saw a while ago, really dominating a match against a really solid team, solid boys. I wonder if it's going to be the same situation here, because of course, Team Singapore will do whatever they can to go up against whatever we registered solo can pull off.
Your team
I'm not 100% sure how they're gonna lock down this Lancelot. I mean, honestly, I think that Lancelot was a little bit, lucky to say, because sure, Lexia is an amazing, amazing player, but the thing is, I think one of the reasons that Lancelot was so successful in the early game, in the whole game last game, was because of the fact that you gotta start with a 4-0 in the first few minutes of the game. If you get that to Lancelot early on, there's not much you can do to stop him later on as well.
I agree. That's why early games are super important in MOBAs. Like, if you are able to pull that off, then you're lucky. Then you can just snowball from there if you want to. And how you capitalize from there, not allowing your opponent to make a comeback from the early lead that you got. But yeah, for the meantime, Team Singapore, it appears in here they're just basically going for their comfort picks that we have seen earlier today with the Yis and Shane as well as the Cho. Even that Cho going for a really great backdoor a while ago.
Oh, and that's something we haven't seen in quite a while. We haven't exactly seen we haven't seen the Akai Panda Master in quite a while now. I think the last time I've actually seen an Akai in a game was, a couple seasons ago. And there's the Natalia. Cool. This is gonna be fun. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. If you thought that the previous matches were a lot of crazy fun, this is just gonna be another one of those, 100%.
And I like how they're doing it, like putting those old heroes onto the table again. It's just super refreshing to the eyes, even though these heroes are quite classic and old. So I like this. I like what they're presenting to us right now. You mentioned a while ago that somehow this event is somewhere in between, highly competitive and for me, in between that entertainment factor as well. I mean, these are these are Facebook creators, and that's what they bring to their supporters. So I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. But Kaisaya, let's just agree. We're not gonna predict these matches because holy moly,
I don't want
there's
to.
no point.
I don't want to.
Yeah, I am not touching this. These guys are crazy. Like, whatever they pull out.
I don't want to give that caster curse as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, actually, to be fair, because every single thing that we predicted earlier on today was just absolutely wrong. So there's just no point because these gaming creators, these Facebook creators, they have absolutely no respect for the meta. They'll just throw it out the window. We'll play how we want. We'll play the way we want to do it, and they're very good at it. And so let's find out how they're gonna deal with it as we go into the first game of the Grand Finals. Here we are with Battle of Heroes right now in the Facebook Gaming Creator Cup. Take a look at a little bit of a skirmish breaking out in the mid lane early on here. Not even giving us a chance to introduce the team.
Yes, for sure. And at the same time, look at that Uranus successfully cutting out the minion waves onto the top side. But look at that. Ally 4 really aggressive right now. What is he doing? I'm not too sure what, but yeah, he was quite overextended there. With a slither of hell, not allowing himself to back away because he was actually being stopped by the registered solo. But that was a good start for re-registered solo, and somehow looking bad, just within this 1 minute game time for the Yisun Shin.
Yeah, well, the Yisun Shin, you need to start off a little bit better than this if you're playing him, because giving an early death like that is very, very bad for your flow of XP and gold. You need that early start, especially if you want to snowball later on into game, be effective all across the map like Yisun Shin needs to do. But here we go, they look like they want to shut down early on, going for the dive this quick, and it looks like it's going to be a successful one as they get away without a scratch right there on them. But as I say, that's Uranus looking for the trade, looking for the kill, actually secures it and makes it a 1-for-1 exchange. Good for him. But it's not exactly a good trade in the end, as the Lancelot picking up that first kill and the Natalia picking up the other one as well.
Yeah, you know what? It feels like the Lexia as well is making up a statement in here that he wasn't lucky from the previous game. He's saying that he can actually do plays, find the right target to get that kills that he need in order for him to take the early lead. Yeah, but for the meantime, yes, there are a lot of exchanges in here, so we can say that Lexia will have a good time snowballing from that one kill he got.
Yeah, I mean, if you start the game with a 1-0, Lexia is going to definitely have a much better time. But we'll see if he can continue this, if they will hand wrap and gift him some kills a little bit later on again. Looks like there will be another skirmish here in the middle as well. See if anybody goes down. Fenrir dropping down quite low, will escape with his life. Yep. Not so sure about the rest of the members here in the bottom lane, though, as Cho in a little bit of trouble. Skywee looking to escape, but does manage to get away just in the nick of time here. He is going to be okay. Both teams sort of just feeling each other out, not really committing to any fights here, but doing a good job, this Esmeralda, of cutting that lane.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely that Joe will be put into some pressure given that his minion waves was cut, and so he needs to stay in there in that lane and won't be able to back up anytime soon. A clash might happen in here onto the top side, but yes, that turtle is up now, up for grabs, and both teams are actually trying to contest that area.
Yeah, they're trying to get a little bit more map control, a little bit more security on that top side because the turtle is already up. Nobody's making a move to contest it because it's too tight, it's too close. Any wrong move could start a snowball, so they don't exactly want to make that commitment to any fight just yet. You see the Uranus still pushing up that top lane, though. That's going to buy them a little bit of space. And then Talia on the other side will clear out the jungle to get them a little bit more XP. So it's a game of trades right now. Nobody hard committing, but they might be able to go for it just now. And it actually is going to be the case, as Lancelot now picking up that turtle. Lacey doing a good job getting that one, but they might get traded out. Flare has to flicker out in this instance, but LY4 in a bit of trouble here. Could be another kill for Lancelot. In fact, it will be Lacia getting a double right here. And now it's going to be another one. Wow, what an engagement right there from that Esmeralda. Double kill again here for Lacia. And it looks like it's going to be history repeating itself.
And you know what? What is doing great here on the side of We Registered Soul is that Natalia can just basically roam around the map anywhere safely because she's basically hidden in the map, and that is actually giving We Registered Solo an advantage as to where they can better position themselves. So if you would notice a while ago, he was basically just overextending onto the jungle camp of Team Singapore onto the top side, and that is actually giving We Registered Solo some space to freely take the turtle, and they know when they can take advantage of that. But for the meantime, you can see that Esmeralda will just fall down. Quite a little bit of overextension because she was alone onto that part of the map, meeting up four members on the side of Team Singapore.
That was a little bit confusing for me that happened, because you mentioned something important about the Natalia getting all that. Because for me, what was really important about Natalia lingering in that top side of the jungle was all the information that she's getting, and that's the most important thing. The information that nobody is in top jungle. So despite the fact that Natalia just cleared top jungle, which means that they could only for in lower half, the Esmeralda was still lurking down in bottom lane all on her own. So despite the fact that you had that information, I think it was a misplay to linger all alone there by yourself.
Oh, this top turret though, they need to make a difference in that, and I think they will be successful clearing off that minion waves really fast with just a little bit of burst damage coming from the Lancelot. But yeah, for the meantime, this is still pretty even as I would see, because that is just a few deficit on the side of Team Singapore. I'm pretty sure they can still catch up. That Toman will really need to avoid doing that overextension, doing that misplay. But yeah, for the meantime, a 1v1 is still ongoing onto the top side right now. This is an Esmeralda versus that Uranus, getting those shields stolen by the Esmeralda. Not really much of a problem, but yeah, let's see how long this will go. But yeah, for the meantime, one casualty will happen onto the bottom part of the map. The turtle will be slain by the Yisen Sheet. It will be stolen, but yes, a lot of folks coming in. And meantime, I think they will just be backing away in the end.
Yeah, and successful engagement right there. They actually do get the kill onto Skywee. So the side laner having a little bit of a tough time at the moment as another tower yet again falls here. So the first tower rather for We Registered Solo. No, sorry, the second one. Yeah, the second one will be going for them. So it's a 2-1. 2-0 tower advantage right here. It might just be a kill advantage coming on right here. Could be the Uranus dropping in. It's a mega kill right now for Lacia. Well done. Good pick right there. And they could get another tower. In fact, they do get another tower off the back of that really good play.
Yeah, for sure. And I think this turret in the top side, again, the tier 2 turret will fall down anytime soon, but backup isn't coming here. A defensive move being done by that Akai. I'm not too sure if they can do anything about that. Free hitting Changu onto the backside. He will get a kill against that Atlas, but that was a call Registered Solo to back away. But you know what? I think that is still a win on the side of Free Registered Solo, but because that was a turret take.
Yeah, I agree. That was definitely a win. They got a tower and some kills on top of that. The Lancelot is snowballing. Natalia picks up another one. You know, it's just a overall win in terms of information and positioning and map control for the side of We Registered Solo here.
Well, probably that's basically something that they did not expect coming, you know. It's also good that they have not put a lot of their trump cards during the quarterfinals or maybe even during the semifinals round, and they're just putting it up onto the table now. When we see this Natalia coming in from the side of We Registered Solo. But yeah, for the meantime, again, this is just a waiting game. But for the meantime, her is in here, forced to make use of her flicker, having that half-life right now. Of course, this is a contest again of the turtle in favor of on the side of Team Registered Solo.
Yeah, good pick, and it just seems like despite the gold lead being so close, it's only really 5,000. It's not that bad. The map control is just so dominant from registered solo, and it gets them kills just like this one. That's going to be a kill onto Zaraki though, so that was an overextension from the Natalia. She got sniffed out.
Yeah, for sure. But look at that. This is just 9-minute game time, and we only have 4 turrets left on the side of Team Singapore. No turrets down as of yet for we registered solo, though we can see that the tier 1 turrets on the top and bot side can be backdoored by that show. We know that the Skyway loves doing that. But I think the question in here, who do they need to shut down? Is it the Lancelot again? Lakesya again? Look at that KDA 402. It's looking good still in favor of that. And even level 15. He's level 15 already, man.
It's, 15 levels. The closest one they have is the Yisun Jin. And that's LY4. He's level 12. It's not a close comparison at all. There's nothing... It's not a comparison. You have to catch up to this Lancelot. You have to shut him down. If you don't shut him down now, it's going to be the end of the game pretty much already.
Look at that.
This fight. It's taking so long.
Hey, Esmeralda's just basically stealing the shields of that Uranus, and Uranus can't do anything.
Your shield? This is my shield. But going to bottom lane now, a little bit more pressure as we wait for the next Lord. 17 seconds left, and we expect that they will be making a rotation for it. The reason why they're pushing so hard into the jungle is to secure map control and potentially take this Lord should it come to it. Natalia going for Crab, however, so that's the Rocky Gaming, who was amazing on that Gushan in the previous game. They're doing really well. So the combination of Zaraki right now and Lycia, they've been doing so much heavy lifting for this team at the moment.
Yeah, look at that. Natalia is just on the other part of the map, and she knows that it's just the Uranus onto the top side. That just basically means the other members on the side of Team Singapore are on the other parts of the map. Look how vital the information that this Natalia is giving now for his team. It's just so useful, but oops. Meantime, though, the turret on the top side will fall down. They weren't able to cut in the minion waves, but yeah, that's gonna give some gold for Team Singapore.
The Natalia, that's Zaraki, chasing a little bit too deep, and they lost the tower because of that. But in the meantime, right here in the bottom lane, that's going to be a kill onto another member here of Team Singapore. They go down one after the other. Per is out as well. That's going to be a 2-for-0 exchange here. Definitely going to be a Lord secured 100%. I told you, I've said this earlier on in the game, I just don't think that the Uranus ever really works out. And Jeff TV, sticking with that, I'm just not so sure about it.
That's actually super bad that LY4 goes for a lone split push onto the top side. You really, as a marksman, you really wouldn't want to do that.
Especially in the fact that there's Zaraki with the Natalia, right?
Yeah.
She could be anywhere. There's absolutely no point. There's no way you should be split pushing. Because at any given moment, the Natalia, and you know that the Natalia has been lurking in the top lane for so long.
They should have left the split push work for Skyway. I mean, it worked a while ago, but at the same time, I guess, they only realized this late how this Uranus is actually having a hard time on doing a split push work. It's not working against the Natalia, it's not working against the Esmeralda, and they just decide a little bit late. Actually, it's way too late. Then now that they have to send a different person, a different player onto the top side to do a split push work, but it's gonna be hard now because look at the map control that we registered solo has.
Yeah, exactly. You can't split push because there's Natalia there who's gonna escape just anytime you want. And on top of that, we have members just like the Uranus absolutely struggling, but in the meantime, it's going to be another kill picked up here. Jeff TV again getting caught off, not having the best game right now. 2-4 is the scoreline. That's a beautiful stun right there coming up from the Akai, but has to flicker out because the re-engage is already right there. They're ready for a fight. Here we go into it. Lancelot trying to get a pickup from the back line, and it's going to be a godlike for him. Doesn't matter where you are, he will find you.
Oh, the damage from the Chang hurts, but of course, she cannot overextend just to reach that Valir. And look at that. A few members left, and I guess this is wiped out overall. And I think we registered solo Solo will just basically be dominating this game and will end this game on a really quick manner. Victory!
Yeah, that was one of the quickest games
What was
we've
that?
seen, and just like we need to ban the Lancelot. I'm just gonna say it straight up. You gotta ban that Lancelot. You should
Respect.
not. The way that Lycia plays it, it's too good.
It's too good, and I think he knows the proper timing as to when he will throw out the skills for this Lancelot. But yeah, other than that, do you find any other heroes in the side of team who registered solo that must be banned out?
Yeah, okay. The Atlas has been really working out for them as well as the Valier, so you could target those. The others sort of have been more like side notes, and I do want to mention the performance really quickly of none other than their Natalia, who is, performing very, very well. He's done this in the previous game. He did this in the earlier games as well. So on that Gushen, if you recall, so. On this note, you have to start paying more attention to whatever he starts playing. So Zaraki has been doing amazing with the Gushen. He's sort of following the lead of Lycia, and the combination, the chemistry between them has just been so on point today.
I like that. Chem is super important for you to pull off this kind of plays, and it's really working for them. Regardless if that is actually an assassin support or an assassin. Yeah, assassin support mainly. That's what he's basically doing right now, even on this game as a Natalia, providing vision. He's not really going for the kills, but if he gets one, once he's online already, he'll just go for it. So why not? But yeah, information, very vital for the side of free registered solo. They made it work. And at the same time, Lancelot onto the hands of Lacey. You gotta respect it. I guess you gotta respect it. They're just super dominant on this game that we saw a while ago. It was super hard to stop. It was super hard to even try to make a comeback from this game.
Yeah, I agree. It's absolutely devastating for the team Singapore. We registered solo. They're really showing what they've got. They've been an amazing team through and through, and it's really been hard to counteract. Excuse me, there's a fly in my room somehow. And it's been an amazing game coming up from them. Every time they step up to the plate, they pull it off, not just individually. Sure, it's been Lycia who has been really making so many great plays for his team. But let's not forget that this has been sort of a accumulation of, how the team has been jiving so well together. They said it in earlier interviews that they've been practicing as a team a lot, and it's really showing that whatever they've been doing, it seems so well thought out, so polished, so organized. As you mentioned, Kaisaya, the earlier the play of Natalia was kind of like an assassin support, and we saw that with the Gushen, so that when the Lancelot dies, bam, here's the Gushen, here's the Natalia still in the game.
Yeah.
You overlook them completely, but during this time they're getting so much information, they're getting so many pickoffs on the side, they're stopping any split push. It's just so effective.
It's so effective, and I think they gotta respect the, any way for we registered solo to get some information. It could be the Selena, it could be the Natalia. So there's a lot of heroes to choose from. So it's either you just ban it out or take it away from them. But are you ready to even try to pull off, a hero that is actually in the comforts of team we registered solo, just to stop them from even pulling that kind of play on their side? That's the question.
Yeah, it's very difficult. How would you stop them? I mean, it's really difficult. I think you have to take it to them early because, as we've seen, I think a number of times, once you get that Lancelot, that first kill, it's just so hard to stop him because Lycia plays very smart. He plays very passive. As opposed to what you think, he doesn't start playing ridiculously aggressive until he has a lot of kills, and I think that's when you need to stop him. When he's early and when he's weak, that's when you got to stop him in his tracks. But I think we're ready to go into the second game, if I'm not mistaken. So in just a short time, we'll be heading into the draft, which is now. The draft is coming up on your screen, and again, it will be a Ling ban here for Team Singapore.
Alright, still a respect on the Ling. I'm just not too sure about how Yushin could be effective against, two assassins. I think it was a wrong decision as well on the side of Team Singapore. And of course, that attempt of that Yushin to go for a solo split push, it was just so wrong. Maybe on that latter part of the game, they already got tilted. They don't know what to do because They're really getting that pressure. But now, yes, for the meantime, Team Singapore will finally respect the Lancelot of Lycia.
Yeah, well, I'll be honest.
Your
I
team
think it's
is
not
picking.
just the late game where LY4 started to
Your
tilt,
team
because
is picking.
what was interesting to me was the fact that he was making these overextensions since the start of the game. At the very
Oh, yeah,
start,
I
the first
remembered.
death was towards that the Yi Sun Shin, as you pointed out.
Yeah. Thanks for making me remember. And it was actually the Natalia who got the first blood against him, and that is goodness for another assassin on the side of your registered solo. Yes, we are now in the second game. It is again Team Singapore prioritizing that hero that you don't really like right now. Illustrado,
Yeah,
Uranus.
hold
And
on to
again,
this. Yeah, it's just never efficient. There's just so many better potential. I think it works if you pair it up with another initiator tank, like the Kufra. This is a bit better.
Roger.
So
Your
okay, the
team
Roger,
is
don't
picking.
ignore that. But that aside, when you have a Uranus, you really need to have some hard CC, because as you can see earlier on, the Uranus was just running around and unable to capitalize on any openings because you don't have any CC. And at the point that at some point, the Uranus was so squishy that the Natalia was bringing him to half HP in a couple of hits. So for me, the Uranus, you have to be able to support him well. You have to have some backup
Your
tanks,
team is
and you
back.
have to use him in a way where he doesn't just end up as a walking target practice dummy.
for sure. But let's see what will happen in here now that the Lancelot is actually banned against re-registered solo. What will be the plan of re-registered solo this time? I'm not too sure if they can pull off a double assassin, because of course one of their best picks in here was taken out, but they still got a Selena, a Gushan. Not too sure if that's one thing that they will pull off again, or maybe this could be a different strategy, because look at that, this is a Farsa getting prioritized on
Your
this
team
third
is
pick that they currently have right now. But for the meantime, a removal of that Jawhead that could be a good addition to Team Singapore. Ooh, a lot of side laners are actually getting banned.
Yeah, a lot of side laners indeed. I mean, you saw. Well, it makes sense to me that there are a lot of side laners getting banned here, but I would be surprised. I'm more surprised that we haven't seen a Gushan ban yet. I like the Lancelot ban though. I think it really works in their favor. But the thing is with Lycia, if he can just pick up another hero that's similar in the playstyle of Lancelot, and maybe like a Hellcurt or something like that, we could just see a repeat of the previous game.
Not too sure if there's really something close to that of a Lancelot, but yeah, for the meantime,
Yeah, it's hard, right?
It's hard to find, but for the meantime, there you go. We were talking about Selena as well. This could give Team Singapore information that they want to get if they're not comfortable with the Natalia. I'm just not too sure what Team Registered Solo will put onto the table as their main carry this time. Is it going to be a marksman? Is it going to be another assassin? What are the options? So for marksman, what do we got? We got a Kimi. Ooh, we got a carry. Finally, I think this is the game where we can see the usual marksman that we know in the meta that we have here in the Philippines. So
It's been a while. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been a while, yeah.
I don't think we've seen a proper marksman composition in a few games. I think it's been a couple weeks, maybe.
Yeah, because somehow we can say that the meta revolves around a lot of assassins too. If you're not really fond of putting a marksman onto the table. So yeah, let's see though, because I personally like carry, but both of the sides got some true damage in here. With it Bauman on the side of Team Singapore, of course, the ult can dish some true damage, take out the huge HP bars on the frontliners on the side of Team We Registered Solo. But at the same time, we know that the carry is not even scared of going up front against any tank, because he can just. That's what a carry love.
Yeah, I mean, finally we're starting to see like a little bit more of a traditional setup. Maybe we'll start to see a more standard play style. No, we're not gonna do that. But I'm hoping that we might be able to predict something. But how do you like this draft? I think I'm gonna ask you this, Kaisaya. I'll give my thoughts on it. But how do you like this draft in particular? Right before we get into the game. But before we'll go to your predictions. As soon as we get into the game, let's dive into it. We're ready to go live straight into the game number 2. And right before I cut you off, Kaisaya, you were about to tell me, what do you think of this draft?
Yeah, now you mentioned it already. We registered solo, quite the usual draft, the norm that we usually would see. But for Team Singapore, it's still kind of playful, but it may be Team Singapore trying to build a new meta, and they want to show that this could also work, and this could also be put into the highly competitive scene. But we don't know yet. All I can say is that I don't want to put my bet in here for any team.
Not in this game.
I don't want to, but I'm liking that we can finally see a marksman again. That in the form of a carry.
Well, there's a Roger on the other team. I guess you can count that.
Yeah, but he's an assassin marksman, so
yep.
Yeah, I still treat him mainly as an assassin.
But anyway, so let's take a quick look at where everybody is at the moment. It looks so far, both teams being a lot more respectful of each other this time around. No early fights, no early skirmish, just kind of securing their side of the map, playing a little bit more straightforward here. And I don't know if I like this for Team Singapore, because if you're a Selena, you want to be going for those pickoffs as early as humanly possible. So the Selena, for me, you should start doing that work. You should be throwing out those arrows as soon as you can. But having said that, it's going to be out here, but onto the Uranus, who somehow almost survives, but just doesn't. And they really are making life hell for LY4 here. Uranus can't catch a break.
LY4 dying early on onto the top side. And you did mention a while ago the kind of plays that this Selena should have been pulling off. But yeah, for the meantime, one casualty again onto the side of Team Singapore, giving 2 kills for re-registered solo. And as we can see, they are quite snowballing already, giving a lot of gold, not only for those killers on their side, but for the meantime, it is again LY4 going down for the second time. Illustrata's favorite hero dying again just within 2-minute game time. Oh my goodness.
Really gotta suck. I mean, he just respawned, he walks out, and he basically just eats it again. Like, I'm telling you, I think Uranus is a terrible tank, and I've said this since season 3, whenever it came out. I think he's a terrible tank, and I think he should be removed from the meta. And this is just an example of why. Please, and I know I'm gonna hate on the chat for this, but that's what it is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is, of course. Cast their opinion, but yeah, for the meantime, a 1v1 ongoing onto the bottom part of the map. It is a Balman versus a shielding Esmeralda, not really minding the damage coming from the Balman as well, because she got shields anyway. But yeah, going back to that Selena, we didn't see that Selena placing traps as to where they should be located, so at least her teammates will be able to gain some vision. But yeah, for the meantime, reverse side tussle ongoing right now. Gonna get 1 kill is that Harry, as well as the Farsa right now. Oh my goodness, 5 kills just within 4-minute game time. Illustrata, this is going on to the side of pre-registered solo early game time.
Yeah, so much gold right there coming for Lacia this early on. 2 kills on that carry, that's just asking for trouble. I mean, when you get 2 kills onto the carry this early, you know that she's gonna snowball really, really well coming into the later stages of the game. And I think that's what we earlier on. I think we might see it yet again. Lacia playing so smart, and of course everybody supporting Lacia so well here.
Yeah, and it is a 2-0-2. Look at the participation in the gangs, in the in the clashes. But yeah, for the meantime, a flicker out committed by the Esmeralda just right in time, reserving that skill or spell right on time as to when it is very much needed. Though for the meantime, look at that, we registered solo trying to take down the Tyrion turret onto the middle lane, and I think it will just fall down. early game time, but look at that. A kill going on to the hands of the Roger, taking down the Atlas. But that is just an Atlas. It is a tank. It is a support that, for, let's say, could be no bearing for re-registered soul. At least it wasn't the carry that died.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think honestly Fenrir isn't really doing enough as the Selena. Because for me, as a Selena, you need to be constantly hitting those arrows, constantly getting those picks. And look at this, last Insanity dive just to push them back, just to get that tower. And Selena having regen from no HP, basically like 1 HP, has to fall back, wasted a lot of time there, can't participate in the map at all. So if you watch what Fenrir has been doing quite closely, Fenrir has been struggling to participate in this map. Only has 1 assist so far.
Yeah.
And they only have 1 kill.
One
so.
kill.
Yeah.
But yeah, you mentioned it already. Setups are very much needed, but talking about setup right now, a setup has been done in here by that Atlas. So for the meantime as well, another 1v2 ongoing onto the bottom part of the map. A flicker out, or rather a dash out was done by that Esmeralda, saving her life. I like how they are, very skillful in here, micro-wise. They know how to reserve their skills. They know when to make use of that. But yeah, another fight ongoing. Oh, is this the first time that the carry is gonna go down? Yes, indeed. But a backup incoming in here by the Esmeralda. Are they gonna be fully committing in here? We're super low right now. Those are tags. Not really something that you want to engage on. LY4 diving under the turret to secure that 1 kill. But I'm not too sure if he will survive enough. Okay, we registered solo, won't be chasing that to wins enough, and they still pay respect for Team Singapore.
Yeah, but here we go. Esmeralda going for that flicker in, diving into the unknown very bravely, but a little bit too brazen if you ask me, because now she's stuck in a 1v3. The backup is here. There goes the X-Borg with the immortality coming in right there. So quick, the backup's ready to arrive just to fend off the oncoming attackers here from Team Singapore. Now they're going to rotate to the turtle, if I'm not mistaken, because it is available. The carry should be able to get it for free. And that's just a lot of space bought just by the confidence in the play of Tom in here.
This is not a turtle gonna get secured by Team Registered Solo, went onto the hands of Glacia right now. So I think even though she died from that fight a while ago, doesn't matter, because still the map control is onto their side, onto their favor right now. He's just gonna keep he'll just keep on farming, catch up again, or try to even get more lead in terms of goals. So I'm just not too sure, but so far, although this is I feel like somehow maybe there is still some chances for Team Singapore to possibly make a comeback.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think it's still very possible. They got a kill onto carry. They made her life a little bit difficult. So slowing down that snowball of carry is a great start to get back into the game. What they need to do now is secure a lot more map control. They need to secure a better position, pick more favorable fights, and get those objectives. Because right now they're losing the objective game. Despite getting the kill onto carry, they weren't able to secure much more than that. So sure, you get the kill, but you don't get any conversions on top of that. So if they were to come back into this game, you need to work on your conversions. You need to work on getting those objectives and that map control.
Well, what I like most about Team Registered Solo is that they're very respectful of the the minion flow as well. They make sure that they will only engage onto a particular fight if they have shown their minion waves. And that's something that is missing on the side of Team Singapore. Not too sure if they actually got affected from the previous match, because they're losing their focus on going for turret objectives, while Team We Registered Solo, yes, they will get picked off sometimes by Team Singapore, but other than that, they know when to go back. A while ago, they could have chased that Uranus, but they did not do so because, they feel like, okay, that's not really gonna be worth it. Well, let's just go back to shoving our minion waves and all.
Yeah, I think it was, honestly, I do want to point something out. You mentioned Esmeralda. I like how Esmeralda was playing so smart. Just surviving and applying pressure on the bottom lane just bought them so much space. You pointed it out. I think 2 times in a row they tried to gank her or in like a 3v1 or a 4v1, and she still managed to survive burning spells, burning cooldowns, and surviving and buying a lot of time for middle initiates or initiates in the top lane. So just by playing that smart, they just got so much information. They got so many good plays off the back of that.
Micro plays, like we have mentioned a while ago, these teams who have registered solo in this event got what it takes, and now they just have to work out on how they can pull off the macro play that they can do up against a good set of players as well coming from Singapore. But yeah, a lot of things can happen. We're not saying that this is already team we registered solos game, just like what we mentioned a while ago. Although we registered solo got the lead, we can still find that hint that they can still take down the carry on the side if you registered solo, and it happened already a while ago.
Oh yeah, it definitely did. But speaking of, while we're still on our faces, if you don't want to see our faces anymore and you want to check out the faces of your favorite Facebook gaming creators, make sure to check out their stream. They're streaming this live, and they're also wearing a super cool Facebook jersey shirt, just like the ones that we're wearing off right now, and we're gonna show it off to you. Can you check it out? Yes. We're gonna flex a little bit for you guys in the audience right there.
Yes, I like it. Just like what did you say about a while ago about this patch?
It's like we're going to play football, because a lot of football jerseys look like this. It's sort of like how they look, and it makes me feel like I'm kind of athletic, like I'm some guy who actually goes out to work out. Yeah, man, I just went to the gym. I just played some football.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, it's something that you can do wear in the gym. I think so too. Yeah, why not?
Oh yeah. Assuming that we actually go.
Gaming creator. Flex it out.
Yeah, but this assumes that we actually go to gyms. But that aside, it's a fun time here. If you want to find out more, obviously, you gotta check out your favorite creator streams, your favorite Facebook gaming creators. They're streaming this live on their pages. You can follow the action there as well, because this is a regional thing. This is happening all across the country. So your favorite teams from Malaysia playing right now. Yeah, show your pride and drop. If you also, viewers at home, if you are supporters of anyone in particular, drop them in the chat right now. Drop them in the chat right now who you're going for, who you're supporting, who your favorite players are, and what team you want to go to win the grand finals. I'm sure they'll all appreciate it.
For sure. And if you just tuned in, it is now just Team Malaysia and Singapore battling it out in the position who's going to be the champion for the inaugural Creator Games Battle of Heroes. 2 Philippine team went down already, so if you're curious, where's Team 5 and 5 Party? Where is Team Solid Boys? Yeah, unfortunately, they fell off already from... they failed to reach the grand finals match, getting dominated on a 2-0 score by Team Singapore and Team We Registered Solo. But it's still quite an achievement, right? Reaching top 4. And we have a lot of creators, 155 creators total, and 31 teams in total as well. So that's super amazing to even make it up to the top 4.
100%. And when it comes to competition this stiff, we expected actually teams like 515 to go the distance and maybe take the grand finals, but that's unfortunately not what happened for them. They actually took a loss. So it just goes to show how diverse the players are that we see here, the kind of play styles, the kind of metas, they're really changing. And you get to see everybody's how they play, how your favorite Facebook gaming creator, how they play, how they think, how they get to play in a competitive setting. And I think that's a very unique experience that not a lot of the time we get to see.
But you know what? I'm really hoping that we can see a Saber. A while ago, it got hovered, and I'm just wishing that it appears here in the grand finals match. Why not? I mean, he got some CC, man. He got some good AoE damage with the flying, what do you call that? I don't know. But yeah, I'm just hoping.
Yeah, I think Saber's pretty cool, man. Saber's one of the first heroes I picked up when I started playing Mobile Legends, and I think he's very
Assassin
we saw him.
Illustrado.
No, I'm a tank main. I'm a tank main, but I used to play a little bit Assassin. But here's the thing. So I think that we will find out as we go straight into the game, because I think we're ready, if I'm not mistaken. Or did I hear wrong? I think I heard wrong.
I didn't hear any content.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think I'm just hearing voices because I'm so excited to get the
Oh my
game started
goodness.
already. But going
But
back
yeah.
to the point earlier on. So
Saber.
Saber, I think he was picked in a few other tournaments before, but just not so much nowadays. You know, he was pocket picked sometimes.
Yeah, but hopefully with the upcoming changes, I believe he has some upcoming changes. Hopefully that will bring him back into the table. But I think I heard some constants already talking in my head. But yeah, there you go, guys. We are back in the battlefield. This is game 2 and the grand finals match between Team Singapore versus We Registered Solo from Malaysia. It is now a 1-point score for the Malaysian team. We registered solo, and looking at the scoreboard right now, they up in terms of goal, they're up in terms of map control, and they're up in terms of kills as well. But what do we expect in here? In the mid lane part, ooh, look at that, Ostra, what is happening?
Yeah, it is a little bit of a kerfuffle happening here. Pearl looking like she's gonna go down, and that's the Kufra out of the equation this early on. It's going to be another engagement, as it looks like it's going to be a quick second tower. That's one of the quickest towers I've seen just yet. That's going to be so much damage here. Look at this flank though. Bauman looking like he can come from the back.
Oh, Sky.
I don't know how this is going to work out, but that's going to be another pick on 2 players down right here from the side of Team Singapore, and that's 2 in response here. We registered solo, loses flare so quickly right there, and it could be Tommen dropping right next, and that's going to be it. The double kill right there from the Bauman, right? Beautiful work from Jeff TV, getting another kill. Sanity coming out as well, and that's another trade. It's a 3-for-2 exchange here at the moment. Sorry, 2-for-3.
And yeah, they're not even stopping as of yet, because look at that, a 2v2 fight will still ongoing. Oh, actually a 3v2 fight, but that carry is just basically going wild. I think he's gonna go under turret just to get LY4, a triple kill onto the hands of the carry. And again, Lycia, not scared, must be respected in any carry hero.
Yeah, Lycia is insane. I mean, I'm gonna say this straight up. Lycia is insane. You got him down. You gotta watch for him. If you leave him alone, he will pick you off.
Let's play with Lycia in RG. Come on.
Yeah, let's get him to carry us at some point. I mean, PogChamp, like, you know, he's just being crazy. He's just killing everybody. Doesn't matter who you are, tank or no tank, under the tower or not. He's gonna pick up everybody.
For sure. But yeah, actually that's the power of the carry. I mean, that is actually a good lap pick for We Registered Solo. Yes, go ahead, Team Singapore, pick some really good frontliners on your side. Kufra, Bauman, even Uranus, but yeah, we gotta carry it, but we can just, you know, delete your HP bars.
Yeah. Well, we've seen a couple of good plays from Bauman, but now he's taken out of the equation. Pearl will be dropping out very soon as well. Last hit right there from Lycia, and this should be it. This should be the second game. Could be going to a third. In fact, will alongside the Lord they walk, and they end the game so quickly, so dominantly. Not even reaching. I think it was like a 12 minute game.
10-minute game, man. It is just a 10-minute game.
Wow, guys, they want to take it. Exactly, they're thirsty for it. They want this. Yeah, they're tired.
It feels like they want a 3-0 score against Team Singapore. You know, they're not stopping. They're making sure that they win the draft and at the same time win in terms of execution. But yeah, just one more score, one more point for Team We Registered Solo from Malaysia, and they can be declared the champion of this tournament. But of course, Team Singapore, I do believe that, who knows, reverse sweep, man, it could happen.
Yeah, but if that's gonna happen, there's gotta be some conditions. Okay, first of all, you gotta shut Lycia down. You gotta lock him out. You gotta find him. You gotta destroy him, because he will. I mean, the rest of them, they're working so well, right? Because if you focus so hard on Lycia, you know, the other players like Tommen, Flare, they'll pop off. You know, there's other players on this team who will absolutely dominate you if you give them the chance. So it's very difficult to isolate Lycia alone, because you've got players like Ava Gaming. You've got Zaraki, who's just been on fire. He's been on fire very quietly, like a slow burn. You know what I mean? He's not exactly hard carrying the team, but he's doing what he needs to do. And he's playing so well, and you can see that the chemistry of we registered solo, despite them registering solo, are playing better than a lot of the hardcore teams that have come in and have been playing together for years. Yeah, but let's find out exactly how they did it as we head on over into the highlights and show you what exactly happened in that previous match.
What exactly happened? There goes the first blood. It went onto the hands of the carry. That is definitely good news for him to go online ASAP, and it is them capitalizing. And one more thing that we noticed in this game is that you mentioned it already a while ago. This Selena wasn't doing his work, you know, to stun targets, to provide vision. It wasn't there. It wasn't there. We did not see it coming along on this game.
Yeah, that's the thing with Selena, right? For me, it's one of those 50-50 heroes where you either have so much impact where you absolutely destroy everybody and you get those assassinations in the pick, or the other 50% where you're a walking ward. And that's basically what we kind of just saw. Unfortunately, I'm sorry for Fenrir, but that's basically what happened. Just became a walking ward. You know, say it like it is, man. It just didn't happen for him. Maybe in another game, maybe if he's feeling a little bit better about it, he'll pick it up again. But I just don't see the Selena working right now.
By the way, that was a really short highlights replay. I mean,
Yeah, that was
we
a
saw
really
a few
short
highlights. Like we didn't even get a chance on discussing some of the highlights. But yeah, doesn't matter. It was team we registered solo really wanting to dominate, show their dominance regardless if they have registered solo. And again, I think for Team Singapore, they really need to work out on maybe either trying to shut down Lacia early on because he's a really great player, or them making sure that when they pick a specific hero or a type of composition, please pull it off. You know, a while ago they got the Selena already. It could be a good source of vision, but it wasn't executed well.
Yeah, well, exactly, that's a brilliant point you just made, because with that Selena, you had so many options. You could get that carry. There's so many ways that you could get the carry. You land an arrow onto the carry, you finish her. You land, you get close, you somehow get close to the carry early on, you finish her. There's just so many things that you could have done to shut down that carry early on. But the combination of Lacia playing so smart and the rest of the members also rotating so well just made it so difficult. And on top of that, the Selena just not landing those arrows, spending a little too much time going back and forth from the base, I think. Just unable to find a foothold into the match.
And man, the Uranus too, we saw him die twice just within 2 minutes game time. So that's another thing. Should they stop picking up Uranus as a priority in here for the side of Team Singapore?
Yes.
Oh, that was a quick answer,
It just
man.
doesn't work. Yeah, well, it's a very quick answer because I'm 100% sure. So, sorry for all the people that play Uranus out there. I'm so sorry, but I just don't see it happening at a competitive level. Like it works sometimes, but I just think that there's so many better options than a Uranus.
For sure, but
let's
yeah.
find out if they go ahead and pick it up again as we go into the draft itself. So let's head
Your
on over
team
into the
is
third
fine.
game and potentially final game, because it's now match point for We Registered Solo. Game point, series point, tournament point.
Your team
Point.
is banned.
Indeed, yes. And there you go, pretty similar bans that we've seen from the previous round a while ago. Louis and a respect ban for Lacia. Not too sure is gonna be the next bans in here, but again, what I'm curious is if Team Singapore will then again prioritize that Uranus. For me, I think they should go either for an Atlas, a really good source of initiate,
Your team
but for
is
them,
banned.
meantime, a ban for the Esmeralda that is stealing a lot of shields against your Uranus. Now, maybe they're planning about the Uranus priority again.
Yeah, no, I agree. But the thing, you mentioned something really important. We Registered Solo has really been making the Atlas work for them. So if you start off by denying that Atlas, I think it's a very viable strategy that will pay off for them. So you take away the Atlas, you don't have to get a Uranus anymore. Maybe pick a different tank, and I think just
Your
with
team
that, you
is
start off the
picking.
game on a better foot.
Okay, let's see it this time. You have any guesses for this first pick? Is it gonna be your
Yeah,
favorite Uranus?
Oh my god, please.
Uranus.
Just no,
Your
oh no.
They love you.
is picking.
Yeah, they really love
Is
you.
the remote in itself? I'm not sure, man. Well, at least
Yeah,
there's
okay,
no
I'm gonna call
Esmeralda to.
Well, yeah.
Are
fair
you
enough.
sure?
I mean, if you're gonna pick up the Uranus, you might as well ban the Esmeralda.
Oh, I forgot about the
Your
Ling.
team is
Ling
picking.
getting a priority in high ban. He is in the table.
Yeah, so you could have
Oh
picked Link.
no.
Instead, you go for the Uranus. I just,
Kufra.
you know, man,
It's an
it's over.
it's an
I'm
Anastasia
sorry, it's
too.
over. Oh.
Yes, there's no
oh.
Lancelot, but there's Ling, and Ling
Your
is
team is
much
picking.
more mobile and powerful
Yeah.
than a Lancelot. So,
And you've seen how Lacia plays, right? Lacia plays so
Yeah.
well with mobile hero, jumping around, knowing when to exit, when to enter a fight. Lacia's just been on point with his engagement and disengages. And you give him
team
Ling,
is
who is like the epitome of that playstyle, you know, and then you're just gonna be asking
oh
for that.
my goodness. But I hope Team Singapore could prove us wrong, you know. I hope they do. So I'm fine with the caster curse, or I'm fine with getting my predictions and whatnot getting proven wrong.
Your
I
team
like
is
that.
banished.
So at least that is to challenge the players as well. But yeah, let's see how
Your
this will
team
go.
is picking.
I think it's gonna go exactly how we think it's gonna go this time. This is the first time I'm gonna predict. I mean, this is the first time I'm gonna make a prediction where I'm confident. I'm gonna be
Alright.
confident, and I'm gonna say we registered solo. They've got this. I mean, the first picks alone. I mean, you got the Ling, you got the
So for you,
Atlas.
it is going to be a 3-0 for re-registered solo.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Mark my
Okay.
words, ladies and gentlemen. If I'm wrong, if I'm wrong,
Are you gonna
I'm
do
wrong.
a giveaway on your page?
Yeah, I'll do a giveaway. I'll do a giveaway for sure. Speaking of
Sorry
which, if
for
you want to
pressuring
find
you
out
on
more
that
about
one.
these casters, follow our pages right here. This is mine, our Facebook pages. This is Saya PH, and this is mine. So come check us
Yeah.
out. Make sure to like and follow us as well for more information about the stuff that we cast, just like this amazing tournament. And do I see what I think I see? Is that a Cyclops?
Is picking.
Yes, it is a Cyclops. And I think they picked this hero one up for a Link, to go up against a Link. And we know how you can just, you know, point and click a target and
Yeah.
then make use of the ultimate. That was the ultimate, right? Because it's been a long one since I last used the Cyclops. So yeah, just catch that Link, and maybe that is a chance for Team Singapore to take down this Link. But you know what? Knowing how Lacia plays, he just needs an information wherein he needs to know, okay, does that Cyclops have has his ultimate available? And once he knows that there's no ultimate available for the Cyclops, he can just go in. And he just
Yeah.
needs to be careful on his engages.
Yeah, and not to mention that there's remember there's a Valir and an Atlas like ready to back up. If you try to mess with the Ling in a bad spot, even if you catch out Ling in a bad position, and I don't think that Lacia we haven't seen Lacia make any bad positional plays yet. He's just not.
Few
he's just not done it.
times, really few times. Like when
Yeah.
he's gone wild already onto the base of your opponent in the previous series.
Yeah, but that's late
But
when
yeah,
he
that
knows
was-
he can win those fights.
Yeah, yeah. I agree.
So, having said that, he doesn't really make those mistakes. And how can you catch him off? And when there's a Valier like ready to knock you back and ready to knock you out, it's gonna be hard, man. I'm gonna predict this. So I'm sorry to all the fans of the other side, the Singaporean side. I think this is a 3-0. If you think I'm wrong, make sure you tell me. I'm in the chat while I'm. Tell us in chat. Tell me in chat why you think I'm wrong. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, we can read out. We'd love to hear some analysis from the audiences to those, you know, insightful remarks wherein we could learn from each other too. You know, there's some opinions from the casters. There will be opinion from the audiences too, and would love to hear that. Any constructive criticisms or insights, analysis, whatever, just put it on the live chat. But yeah, we are now on the third game of this best of 5 grand finals match between Team Singapore and Team We Registered Solo from Malaysia. And again this time, because it looks like it's a pretty chill start for both of the teams. We have a chance to introduce the heroes and the players for this third game. So for Team Singapore, we have in here a Uranus for 60 KO, her on that Cupra, Skyway for the Cho, LY4 for that Cyclops, and Fenrir for that Bruno.
Yeah, and on the other side, we're going to be seeing none other than Lecia sitting on that Ling. It's going to be Flare on that Atlas, and Valir is going to be played by none other than Ava Gaming, and Jawhead is going to be picked up by Zaraki, and Tomen Tarus will be playing that channel.
So it looks pretty chill now, and it seems like Lecia and his team will not go for an aggressive move until maybe he gets that ultimate available onto his hands. So yeah, we're just waiting for a level 4 power spike in here from either of the teams before maybe we can see some plays.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree completely. They're sort of just waiting around for each other. But nobody really hard committing, just a little bit of respect from both sides. For we registered solo though, as I say that, they almost get that show flickering out, forcing that flicker. On the bottom side though, they want to make life a little bit different from Tom and Tarus, but he does get away, and both sides actually get away scot-free.
Yeah, for sure. They're trying to mirror each other in here a little bit though, because the Atlas is here on the mid-side part of the map. So it is re-registered solo going for a top and mid push right now. For trying to focus on that bottom lane part of the turret, but look at that Tomen bursting the HP bars of them on the side of Team Singapore. Look at that. That was a channel not having enough items and equipment as of yet, but actually able to dish out a lot of damage.
Yeah, and I always, at any level, Chango can be very scary. You know, even without the ultimate right there, still doing massive amounts. Just if you place your skills right, you gotta aim to play a hero like this. You gotta know how to aim and target those kills. Not very easy to land, but here we go in the bottom lane. Kupra, they do want to bully here, looking to get that engagement, but here comes the backup. Cavalry has arrived. First blood right now. Atlas gets the first kill. That's gonna be a 2 for nothing exchange as they do drop 3. Valir! Ava Gaming getting 3 picks. Sorry, 2 picks. Double kill for him. Yeah.
I would say that was a bait. It was Chang trying to just basically allow Team Singapore go for her, and Team Singapore not having that information that the rest of the members of We Registered Solo trying to gank them already onto the bottom part of the map. But yeah, for the meantime, we can see another fight ongoing in here onto the jungle cap of Team Singapore. But meantime, that Chang'e will finally fall down onto the bottom part of the map as Team Singapore has been attempting that to do so. But yeah, for the meantime, the fight still ongoing onto the jungle cap of Team Singapore right now. Double kill going onto the hands of that Link. Not too sure if it's going to be a triple kill. It went onto that Valir, but that's totally fine because they got the control over the camp of Team Singapore. Plus, maybe a turret onto the mid lane part of the turret of the map as well, or not.
Like, how is Zaraki alive? How is Zaraki even alive? And he was like 1 HP, somehow managed to survive. Ling with the 2 kills, and you know that getting Lecia 2 kills this earlier on, it's just a bad omen this early on here. And Turtle now going down. Lecia gets it, not afraid to take another fight here. Can escape if he wants to, I think. Yeah, he's gonna walk away without any problem. They're too afraid to chase this. But as I say that, there's a goal. That's a full commitment right there. They want to lock him down, and they knock him out. It's a beautiful play coming from Team Singapore, trying to shut down Lecia this early on, and it's a job well done.
That's what they need to do. That's definitely what they need to do. I'm not too sure if they were able to take down this Earth onto the mid-side part of the map. Failing will connect onto 3 or 2 members on the side of Team Singapore. They're gonna go all in. Joy will get a kill onto that Cyclops mega kill. Even going for that Valir. The chase and the pressure is still being put on by We Registered Solo. I don't think they can push in here, but for the meantime, a quite overextension. Who died on that one? Oh, Skyway. A Skyway will fall down onto the hands of Lecia, right over onto the jungle camp of We Registered Solo. So far, what can you say about this matchup right now, Illustrado?
Well, right before I talk about that, that's just the beautiful disengagement that the Valier can bring you. Could have been a lot of trouble actually, of course, the flicker from Fur. Good idea with the initiation though, but talking about that previous engagement, I won't be able to get to talk about that previous engagement because they want to get this fight again. It looks like a little bit more trouble brewing in the bottom lane, which is brew not going to happen, but it's going to be a bait for the mid lane instead. So now going back to the original point, which is that last fight. Oh, nope,
I don't think you can explain that again.
They just won't let me. They just want to fight all day long, which is absolutely fine. Look at the beautiful pressure coming out right here from the registered solo. They really want to apply pressure all day long and let Lycia just farm that jungle. And it's working out so well for them because Team Singapore, sure, they got Lycia, they got that pick onto him, but they underestimated the rest of the members of the registered solo, especially Claire, with that beautiful Fatal Links engagement in the mid lane.
You know, it seems like overall we can say the playstyle of we registered solos in here is that, okay, just chill out in the mid-game time, but before we talk about that, we can see an engage coming from Team Singapore right now, really super low right now. What's this? A Jawhead gonna get killed by that Cyclops right now, not yet stopping because another exchange of kill in here will be done by that Valier. And yes, a 1-for-1 trade so far, but still overall the position in the map is still onto the hands of we registered solo. So yes, going back to what I wanted to say a while ago, we registered solo, the playstyle in here that they're bringing onto the table for the creator games battle here. That go for your power spike and then find a place where you can make a play. A while ago for this game, they chose the top side wherein they bullied that Uranus early on, and then just continue to pressure against all of the lanes. Pressure, pressure, pressure. There's no stopping. And we mentioned a while ago, okay, they are not letting us most of the time to explain what is happening in the game because they just continue to pressure and the fights happens even if it's just some pokes and yeah, talking about the pokes and damage, and here we go again.
Yeah, they look like they want to pick another fight, ready for it, missing all the shots though, but here comes Ling, committing to ultimate, but not gonna matter because it's gonna be Chango with the cleanup. Very, very close to doing it, but there's a stun. That's gonna be going on to Pearl. They get one, pulling out Flare, but look at that engagement right there. Somehow alive, surviving, even though he gets the Fatal Links inside the base, takes a couple of hits from that tower, doesn't matter. Somehow managing to breathe, but gets taken down in the end. Flare, what a beautiful play right here. But Jawhead, look at how confident he is. That's a Rocky sidestepping, but it's not gonna matter because he gets taken out of the equation in the end. And it's a great engagement here from Weed Registered Solo, getting a 3-for-2 exchange.
We registered solo. Sometimes they will commit or sacrifice some of their lives in here just for the sake of their carries, survivability and some sort of creation of space. So it doesn't matter if it was just a Jawhead or the Atlas dying because of overextension. For as long as they can create space for the jungle or the link, it's totally fine. And still paying off onto the side of we registered solo because they're multitasking. This is Team Singapore getting confused on what to do next. Are they gonna go for a defensive play on their turret in the mid, or are they gonna go for that protection onto the tier 2 turret on the bot side? They're getting confused because in terms of management of minion waves, we registered solo is just super fast in terms of reaction or pulling off the plays. They're not the one reacting, they're doing the plays.
Oh, he misses right there from Ling. Jeff TV in a little trouble, but he's Uranus. He's tanky enough to survive. Will be okay for the meantime, and the rest of the pressure coming on from the top lane rather, as Lord now looks to be spawned, but here comes an engagement. Tyrant's Rage, Tyrant's Revenge, and that's going to be a pick up by the Chang'o. Good signs for Team Singapore as they now find something going in their favor.
Yeah, those kind of overextension and misplays by registered solo could be the chance or light of hope for Team Singapore. But how often can they do that, or will they allow themselves to do that? Of course, I don't think they will, be more, not careful about the kind of plays that they will pull off, like such that overextension. For the meantime, they will cancel out that Lord. Could be a fake Lord because they just tried to find where Team Singapore is. But look at the damage coming from the lane.
I think they could have taken a fight there because that was a 4v5, so it was a pretty good chance, I think, for them, but they missed the opportunity. Now Fenrir getting bursted down. Look at the damage from the Chango, just absolutely destroying Fenrir. No chance to escape right there. Tomintaru just hurting way too much.
Yeah, I mean, Fenrir doesn't know where to place himself anymore. Even though he tries to go for a safer position, that Chang'o damage, and of course the range that this Chang'o has is way too much. But yeah, looks like a fight that is happening in here. Look at that, getting kicked out in the face was that Atlas. Will he be able to back away? Yes, he will! Oh my goodness!
Wow, how is Flair still somehow alive here? Didn't even have to drop the immortality. It was a beautiful play, and I think it was a big mistake to go for the tank anyway. So, honestly, wrong choice of target leads to basically with the snowball, and there we have it. It looks like it's going to be GG. I think it's going to be we-registered solo coming up here, but not until they actually find a kill onto Atlas. There's no minions right there, no support coming in. They actually do get 2 towers and fall back. I thought it was GG, but it looks like they're falling back.
Dude, we should take notice of that Valir. 705. Come on. Come on.
Yeah. But the thing is, Valir is playing very chill.
Yeah, he's super chill. Like, sometimes we wouldn't even notice that he got the most kills for his team. 705, so what is happening?
Yeah, as we said earlier, the whole team, they really know how to play against each other. If it's not Lecia stepping up, it's Zaraki stepping up. If it's not Zaraki, you got Tomintaru also doing a lot of damage. The whole team actually can just come up and make those big plays on their own. So now, the cancel. The timing was just so unfortunate for Purr. Gets canceled on the jump right there. Has to fall back, but the Meteor Shower is doing all its work. Getting so much damage in, getting that kill onto 1, but 2 as well. That's gonna be Jeff and Purr falling down respectively.
I
now on right here from Lecia. Gonna get that pick up on L4Y. No way that he can escape. This should be a GG as 3 players now down for the count on Team Singapore, and they look like they're on the back ropes right here. Can you even survive? Sky, we have the dragon. Yeah, they even got the Lord as well, but they can't now because the ulti coming up right here. That's just so brutal. Nothing that you can do about that.
I think this is GGWP.
Yeah, GG has been called, and it has to be a GG. Congratulations, we registered solo. Basically the pickup group with a ragtag bunch of people with a lot of experience and a lot of great talent ended up winning the grand final here. For the Battle of Heroes, amazing stuff coming up from them.
My goodness, look at that. Overall, I think they just work out as a team. It doesn't feel like they're a pickup group somehow, being the champion, the very first champion for the Creator Games Battle of Heroes. And you know what? What's interesting on this day, on the Grand Finals day that we have in this event, is all the matches are one-sided. It's a clean 2-0.
Oh yeah,
2-2-0.
We didn't see, and then 3-0.
Yeah. Surprising enough, I mean, for top 4 teams, I did not expect that to happen. Sometimes we would expect, okay, it's going to be a 2-1 score or maybe a 3-2 score. But yeah, let's take a look at the highlights that has happened from the previous round 3 on the specified match between Team Singapore and We Registered Solo. As you can see, the matches on this one, sometimes, actually, yes, it's early on, Ling even got that double kill already, even giving a kill to their support, Valir. So
the support who ended the game with like 7-0, by the way.
Yeah. And sometimes you would not expect.
I think I'm getting some comms in my ear. Apologies. I think we have a little bit of announcement about jackets. If I'm not mistaken. Sorry, I can't exactly hear. Can I get that again?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that later. But yeah, meantime, these are the highlights. There were some moments from Team Singapore, hopefully making a comeback play. But this is why you need to, early on in the game time, you need to make a play. So in such a way that come late game, you can have some room for comeback. But that didn't happen for Team Singapore because, early game time, they weren't able to do some kind of plays. It was registered solo who dominated from early to mid to late game time. So that just basically says what happened from this best of 5 match.
Yeah, and before we talk about the grand finalists, we want to announce the amazing runner-ups who did have a great tournament as well. So we're going to show you on our screens right now. Please take a look, the runner-ups for this tournament. So first, of course, it's going to be the first runner-up is going to be the Team Singapore, which is Skyway, LY4, Jeff TV, Per Gaming, and Fenrir Gaming, and the champions, none other than the champions themselves. Congratulations to none other than doing it a drum roll. No, thank you, Kaisaya. That was
a sound effect. I'm so sorry.
I don't think that's how a drum sounds, but nice try. Let's go to the grand finalists. It is, of course, the winner, none other than. Here we go. I'm going to show you on screen right now. Wait for it. There we go. Ta-da! The grand champion, none other than Malaysia's representatives. We registered solo. Flair, Lycia, Zaraki Gaming, Tomentarus, and Ava Gaming, who did amazing this tournament. They were phenomenal. Congratulations to them. They have shown everybody that they are not just a group of ragtag, bunch of people, bunch of gamers, but they are here to play competitively as well.
Very competitive. That me and Ilso would want to get carried by Lycia. Come on, Lycia.
Yep.
Contact us. our Facebook, the Facebook IDs. It's down below here. Or maybe it should be us sending him a PM. Yeah, we know their pages anyway. So yeah.
And we also have, I think, an interview ready. I think right now, if I'm not mistaken, with the winner, one of the winners. So who are we getting?
Ooh, Flair.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're getting Flair. So Flair is going to be our interviewee here today. So hello, congratulations, Flair.
Okay.
Great job.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you just fine.
Okay. All right. Good.
So,
so you're saying?
Should I start this off? Should I start this, or do you want to go, Kaisaya?
Oh yeah, actually last week we did manage interviewing Flair with his Louis. And now, actually, what was actually in the heads of your team right now in terms of going for strategies? What do you plan ahead, going up against Team Singapore and even going up against a Philippine team? What kind of preparation did you do?
We pretty much did almost the same thing-ish, but it's just kind of like fix around what depends on what does enemy pick, and then we just play around it. But mostly it's about the same strat.
Okay.
Same strategy, but seems like. Go ahead, Illustrato.
Really quick follow-up on that. I do want to ask, how does it feel to be like, when we were like researching about your team, it was kind of just all about, you just got together, literally registering solo, and then you ended up with a former teammate. How did it feel that you guys ended up on the same team, and did you expect to win and like get to the victory here in the grand finals?
I registered solo, which I do not expect anything, so I'm just here to have fun, but here we are. So it's good. It's great, I guess. Feels good.
Yeah.
Really, you know what? I want to ask, how did you pull off that 3-0 and 2-0 score against your opponent today? Was that a play style wherein there's just a lot of pressure being put on after your power spike? Was that really the strategy that you're pulling off?
It's more towards our leader, Lycia. He does all the commanding. He's like, do this, do that. And if he were to overextend, he'll call us to go back. So we have a leader who leads us throughout the whole game. So which is pretty good. So we don't need too much mistakes.
The shot caller was Lycia.
Yeah. Most of the time.
Oh.
So not only was he absolutely insane in like a few of those games, but he was also being the shot caller as well. I do one. I think I have one last question before we go. Are you guys looking forward, or are maybe planning to play together more in the future? Because what we've seen, you guys have beaten former pro teams, former champions. And this is like you guys playing together. It's been absolutely insane, especially with your kind of crazy picks. How do you feel about this? Do you guys want to play together more in the future?
I'm not so sure for me, but they are kind of like a family now because they're in a squad together. So if they're open up for me to join to like an amateur tournament whatsoever, sure, why not? Right, seems fun.
We're gonna put our vote on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. I think
My
it
vote
should
is on
definitely
that.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Absolutely
not,
amazing
join
work
our
from
team.
you as well.
If not, join our team. Come on, Flair.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. We're actually
I'm just
trash.
kidding. I'm not gonna break your ties.
But amazing game again. Thank you, Flair, for that interview. You guys did amazing. Congratulations. Thank you for your time, and we hope to see more of you guys in the future. And good night. Thanks.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thank you.
And there you have it. That was our interview with the amazing Flair from our previous game, the Grand Finals, the Grand Champions themselves, taking a 3-0 decisive victory in the final game of the Creator Games Battle of Heroes. It was absolutely amazing. So before we go and before we sign off, really quick, Isaiah, what are any final thoughts from you? Anything you want to say before we head out?
I just feel happy and privileged and thankful and everything for being able to cast this inaugural Creator Games Battle of Heroes for Mobile Legends Bang Bang. I hope to see more games. It's actually not just Mobile Legends Bang Bang featured for Facebook Gaming's event. I hope they put more games in it. And, the platform, the streaming, the creator community here in Facebook Gaming is just going so big now that it puts up us all together in one place, even if it's just online, and it's just so right on this pandemic that we're currently having right now. So I just hope to see more of that. But yeah, I just want to give my huge thanks, of course, to Facebook Gaming, to the community supporting the creators that you've seen on this event too. So yeah, and also follow me on my social media in here. That's my social media handle. I stream a lot of games too. Yeah, thank you so much.
And of course, on my side, that's me. So, drop by, share a like or whatever, and just come by and say hi. Anyway, that's it for us here today at the Creator Games Battle of Heroes. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, congratulations to our grand champions. We registered solo. It's been a fun time, but unfortunately, it is time for us to say goodbye. So for one last time, again, my name is Illustrado, and also joining me is Kaisaya. So for the both of us, good game and good night. See you in the next one.